Okay. Um, Wanted to go over this file a little bit. I noticed a few things that may help, and I've noticed a couple of problems as well. So, doer, hopefully this is helpful. So right off the bat, you're in edit mode, and the subdivision on cage is on for the modifier. And I mean, for me, I don't ever have this on because you end up modifying things um, a little too much sometimes. I just turn it off for edit mode, and then because it's hard to see what's going on, I also turn this piece off as well, just for edit mode. If your mesh is clean, when you turn subdiv on, it will stay clean. So we're going to try to tackle the red area and the green area together, and you're going to have to make a couple extra little bit of geometry going around this, but I think it should in the long run help you clean all this up. So a couple of things before we start with that. I noticed that if I hit A and then merge by distance, we lose like 160 vertices, and I don't see the geometry really changing. So something's been duplicated. Not sure if you noticed that or not, but I'm going to go ahead and apply that just so it doesn't make things more confusing. And because you have so much going on here, I really don't want to mess with this edge, and I don't want to mess with the outside boundaries because you have unique geometry coming around. So everything's going to have to happen in this little section as we're going around. So, I mean, basically, we take this mesh and we're just going to dissolve it along that vertice. And this piece is going to need to come in. And we're going to clean a lot of this up. So I think we just need to remove a few faces. So these two faces here we can get rid of. I'm going to turn on backface culling on. And then I'm also going to bring the viewport in a little bit, change the clipping on the camera down a little bit smaller so we can see when we're up close. Okay. All right, so we basically need, in order to get this piece over there, I assume you didn't want to affect this. If there's a lot of ways to do this, if you're willing to sacrifice on the outside edge, you could take this and then add extra vertices here coming around, and then just make a 5-sided pole along a flat piece. And that'll be okay. I mean, 5-sided poles on flat pieces are fine because they don't pull when you subdivide. It's a modeling trick that works really well. Not that I'm a pro, it's just what I've been learning from the pros. So if I'm going to go ahead and insert an edge loop here, and I think I need 2 actually in order to make this work. So we'll bring this one up and then bring this one up. And then we'll go ahead and just dissolve this one as well. And if I remember correctly, it was joining here, and then we knife it. Press E to make a new cut. Let's see. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do. So I made that cut there, and then press E and enter, and I actually didn't need this piece yet. So we're gonna dissolve that edge. So we've cleaned that up now, and we can go this way. So from here, we should just be able to grab this loop and extend it over, and this loop and extend it over. And then these edges here, I think we can just face those in. And it should join in okay. We'll subdivide this edge. I think we just need to do it one time. And since you have that boundary edge there for that circle, this part will get pulled when it's subdivided, but nothing else on the inside should get pulled. And then you just can take those edge loops along. We can do a knife cut here. It's okay. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to do something about that. We need to split that up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we just need to clean some of this up actually, sorry. So we'll just dissolve this edge. Let me think about this. I think we can actually join this one here. Make it a little bit tighter and then bring that across to there. Join those there. Dissolve that edge. That edge. Dissolve that edge and that edge. We're a little bit cleaner now. Yeah, I think that could probably work. It's 1, 2, 3. You could probably slide this one into here to make a 5-sided pole. And then merge the duplicates in. And then we can do 2 knife cuts here, and we'll join this in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'll be perfect. So do a K, come up and over. Hold Control to go in the middle. And over, go back to there. Need to make a new cut. Need to make a new cut. Hey, look at that. Not too shabby. So that should all be solved for that area now, so we can turn subdiv back on. Just to kind of show, like the outer circles get pulled, but that's okay. The inner circles don't get affected at all. Nice and clean. So hopefully that helps, and then you just kind of repeat that process going along the outsides. You should be able to work that way. But just work along that outside edge, and that should hopefully help. Just keep bringing them around. And if you need to be done with them at any time, just find an area where you don't have 5 poles. So, a 4 and a 4. So we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd almost be willing to sacrifice this piece here and bring those in from there. So we just subdivide this. Do it twice. So open up the menu, go to 2. So now we got 2 cuts. Just join those together. Join those together. And then cut in your geometry. Not gonna work. E. Cut into there with E. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'd clean this part up a little bit. Let me bring this one. ML. ML. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would probably work. Sorry. Ooh, we got a six-sided pole here. Okay, but I'd keep going around. This one doesn't have any problems for some strange reason. You seem to have these two just fine. So forget this part right here, but you can keep going around and just bring these two edges all the way around. Just take your edges. And then you just subdivide them twice. You can come and clean some of these up so they're not so stretched. And you'll just do basically the same thing with this one. Take a look at this side over here. Swing this one that way. How to do that? We did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Came out, over. Let's see. You can definitely do that. Bring that one in. Then you subdivide this one. Sometimes I use one and sometimes I use two, depending on where I want to go. Hopefully this makes sense though, just kind of working the way around. Can't use that pole. 5. Divide that one. Makes a 6-sided pole. I'm forgetting how I started this all. Divide all that edge. Want 2, and then 1, 2, 3. We'll dissolve this one as well. We'll just repeat the process we did over here. 2, 4, 1, 2. Where did I go with that? Okay, so this one goes over there. Okay, that one creates a pull outside. Join those together. Four, 4, and 4, and 4. So we're just moving the poles to a different location. You've got 2 5-sided poles next to each other, but you're on flat surface, so it shouldn't be terrible. They'll kind of bend and curve as they need to, but everything else will look smooth. Hopefully that makes sense. Sorry if I stumbled, but yeah, I'm not perfect. But that should help.